Hey guys, welcome back. I have to I have to get this review done while it's still fresh in my mind because I watched this film last night and I'm still kind of thinking, what the hell did I just watch? I kind of made the mistake of watching a film and leaving it too long before I review it, and then the feelings that I had while watching it kind of dissipate. So I'm going to quickly go through my thoughts on the film Vivarium. What does vivarium even mean? Vivarium means an enclosure, container, or structure adapted or prepared for keeping animals under semi-natural conditions for observation or study. Now that I've got the meaning out of the way, that's kind of helped because then it kind of gives me an idea of the process behind what they were thinking when they made this film. So, Vivarium is a 2019 thriller. I'd say psychological thriller. I'm not going to say horror. Although, if you were stuck in that predicament, I guess it would be horrific. I suppose it'd be worse than that, really. I mean, that kid was pretty creepy. So, it stars Imogen Poots and Jesse Eisenberg. Imogen Poots from the remake of Fright Night, 28 Weeks Later, and the remake of Black Christmas. And Jesse Eisenberg from Zombieland, which is what I know him from the most, Social Network, and Now You See Me. So going into the film, I thought when I saw that Jesse Eisenberg was in it, that it was going to be more of a light-hearted kind of film. That it was going to be more of a trapped in suburbia type film, but let's make it funny. Kind of like a comedy horror type film is what I was expecting when I went into this film. It didn't pan out that way. The film follows a couple that are looking for a new home and happen upon a strange estate agents. You can tell once they go into estate agents that this is not a normal estate agents. It's kind of Tim Burton-esque, but it hasn't got his flair. The estate agent is selling homes in a development called Yonder. So after being tricked into going to view one of these houses, they are then left trapped there with the instructions to raise a child and then be released, which doesn't really give you that much to go on. It's definitely a psychological film that's going to leave you either frustrated or pondering what the hell you just watched. And it's never really made clear if it's some sort of aliens or if it's a demonic happening. Whether it's obvious to other people or and I'm just not getting it, or it was left open to interpretation for a reason. I'm not particularly keen on these types of films because I would prefer to be able to identify the evil, eliminate it, and then have a positive outcome. I think it's fairly clear early on that isn't going to be the case with this film. The foreshadowing of the first scene kind of cements that thought for me. Although the film is artistically done and I appreciate the sentiments of it, I feel like it could have been made more exciting in places. Like if the story had been explored more. Also, the kid they're raising is creepy as hell. He grows at an abnormal rate, which kind of makes me feel... I'm sure there's been a film where a demonic child has grown rapidly fast. Or I might be thinking of American Horror Story. But yeah, the kid they're raising is creepy as hell and also annoying as hell in places. Especially when it keeps screaming for attention. Visually, it's very repetitive, and with good reason, as it gives the viewer the true desperation of the situation. It's kind of Pleasantville, but unpleasant, with its like sickly greenhouses and artificial clouds and sunlight. It gives you the feeling that there's something not right about the place. But yeah, I feel like if the story had been explored more and they'd been allowed to play around with the elements a bit more and see behind the curtain as such, that it would have made for a more exciting film. But I'm guessing that that's not why the film was created. It was more created as a thought-provoking exercise more than an actual film that you can just put on and watch and leave it there. I thought it was going to be like a fun, quirky type horror, just basically going off Jesse Eisenberg being in it. But I left it thinking, what the hell have I just watched? Would I recommend watching it? For me, it's not my type of film. I appreciate the sentiment and the thought behind it, but it's not the kind of film that I would choose to watch normally, having known what it was about. It was a bit too dark and depressing for me, really. If you guys have watched this film and you have any thoughts on it, let me know in the comment section, and I will speak to you in my next review. Bye.